Hey guys, how you doing? It's Clary Berry here. I'm going to talk to you guys a little bit about what's been going on with me the past couple days. It's about halfway through the weekend, and I'm doing pretty well. I feel good. I don't know if you can see very much right now, but I feel a little bit slimmer than I had in the past couple of weeks. I don't know if you guys have been watching. I've been making video after video, and they're like all the same. It's like I'll do good in the mornings for a couple days, and I'll have a bad day with it. And really, I feel like it's more of a problem in my mind than it actually is in real life. And the more I focus on it, it probably doesn't help, Like what I focus on flourishes. Like I've been focusing on cheat, too much fat, too much salt, and so that's what I end up, still allowing myself to do. I think it's kind of a cycle though. Like I think it, so I do it, and then I do it, so I think it. But so I'm really working on just saying like I'm doing a great job, like I'm doing fabulous. Like I feel great. That sort of thing, just like those middle of the road sort of mantras for myself. Sometimes those work rather than, I'm where I want to be, I'm at my goal, Sometimes that seems like a stretch. Sometimes, we just don't have that confidence and that dream fully yet to really be that positive when we say it. So you need something believable. So your mantra, your goal in your head, which should be said as a mantra, in the present tense and not in the future tense, it's important. Anyways, so I want to tell you, I think I made videos on Thursday and yesterday, but like I said, it's just me talking myself around in circles about, why I should be doing better or what I'm doing wrong. And like I said, there's a lot of factors. The fact that I'm still in transition, the fact that we just had gotten a membership to Costco, and so we were just learning the new foods, new ways to do things, and my family came into town. I had stress with deaths in my family, and there was also a lot of family, functions where there's lots of food available, just in a different scale. I may not have been prepared that day. There's all of these different factors that I've just been letting add up. And then even Valentine's Day kind of factored in there. Had to go, make some trips to like CVS that I just don't normally have to take. And I started what I started doing is actually getting worried about the cost. And so I was trying to make shortcuts with the kids and different things, and I'll buy some cookies here and there, and it's then I would end up eating the cookies. So, and even if they were vegan cookies, or not, whatever, it's unnecessary. I don't need to be supporting those businesses anyway, even if I'm not personally consuming it. And that's what's difficult, and that's where the challenge is that sort of makes it fun. To figure out how you can afford it, figure out how you can find it for cheaper, figure out how you can get the best deal. Maybe you need to sign up for Amazon Prime. Maybe you need to, if you don't have Amazon Prime, then find somebody to go in on it with you if you can't buy it yourself, or if you don't feel like it's that good. Because you'll save a lot of money in shipping. I mean, it really sucks that they tax it now, though. It's like the last thing that they didn't tax. Hate taxes. Anyway. So yeah. Thursday, let's see if we can look on here and see what's going on. Thursday I made videos. I was just watching it. I did really well. I had my smoothies in the morning. I've been doing a blackberry smoothie with water. Usually what I'll do is actually, these days I've been doing 4 or 5 bananas and about 25 ounces of water and about a cup or more of blackberries, and then about a tablespoon of sugar, and it is amazing. I love it. I absolutely love it. I'm kind of obsessed with it. Pineapple has taken a backseat this week. My tropical pineapple smoothie, pineapples and bananas and water. That was the one that I would always have. And then this is the one I'm kind of like, oh, I got more blackberries today, all sorts of stuff. So I did really well, you know, in the morning on Thursday. And I think I kind of went a little bit too low on the smoothies. Like I bumped up to like 8 and 10, you know, banana smoothies, and I felt so bloated all the time. So I'm like bumped back down. I'm still going to be at about 2,500 at least in calories if I have smaller meals, about 500 each. 500 calories each. So that was my plan, but I kind of found it was the same anyways, because I was basically like drinking all day, drinking all morning, which I really don't mind, except for the fact it's kind of making me cold because I've been drinking like frozen banana smoothies. So may have to remedy that a little bit, because the cold is annoying when it's this cold out, and we've had a really hard winter, so it's been kind of difficult to deal with. So that, you know, that's been on my mind for a while now. Sorry, I'm looking at Chronometer. I clicked on the wrong month. So I had bananas, mangoes, and everything. Lots of water. I've been doing much better on the water. I ended up, that's right, we had baseball practice Thursday. And so I ate some rice in the evening before we went. And I actually had some later too. So all in all, I had about maybe 2.5 cups. A lot of this is big estimation on my part. So they had vegetables in there, some like mixed vegetables, and there were and there was also some with just like spinach dal, and I ate too much of that. I prepared some for everybody with about like, it was only like maybe 1 cup dry of rice. This is kind of going to be like a small meal before a practice type of a thing. Like you have to eat, but you don't want to eat too much. So, and I had put the spinach dal in there and watered it down some, and then the boys decided they weren't hungry for that meal. They ate like, we had spring rolls. So I got the rice wraps on Amazon Prime, and I rolled those up with the salad, and I got my new julienne peeler, and I did this really fine slices of carrots, and in the boys I even put some avocado, which I have a bite of, and it was amazing. So, and then I took the Thai peanut sauce and just watered that down. Oh my goodness, 2 tablespoons of that is like 1/4 of a normal person's sodium that they need for the day. So basically, I was like, okay, forget that. So I just took the 1 serving and added some water to it so everybody could dip. They could still get the flavor, and actually tastes better to us now because we're really used to a lot less salt. And salt really honestly does nothing for you except for messes up your taste buds. It makes you think that you need it. So it's really just a marketing thing. And on every level, we need to be aware of that, because we all buy things. We all can either waste our money or invest our money. And what I notice is that when you live in a country like America, or you live in the world in this current state, anywhere you live, you are supporting good or bad. You know, like you can go vote, and a lot of times with the way that things are right now, it doesn't matter who you vote for. And a lot of times, you know, the 2 choices, Democrats or Republicans, they're the same thing. You know, there's no difference. They're both wasting money. They both belong to corporations. They're both owned by corporations. And, you know, that's the sad state. We live in a fascist state. We don't, you know, the corporations own our government. The government is much more accountable to corporations than the people. And nobody can deny that. It's not a conspiracy theory. Nothing. You can't deny that. So you have to, every single person on this planet has a personal responsibility to vote with their dollars and with their pesos and everything else, you know, with their money. Like we have to support good. Don't buy new cars. It's the worst thing we can do. Buying new cars is, you know, supporting the industry that pollutes the most and takes the most natural resources. And also, you're poisoning your families, guys. When you buy these brand new clothes and they're covered in this fire retardant, chemical, new, total BS stuff that you don't want on your skin. Your skin absorbs 90% of everything that you put on it. So, it's in breast milk. It's out there. It's real. These are poisons. These are toxins. They're doing it for regulation and this and that. It's also they can spend more money and buy and have more money and have more control. So anyway, without getting me started, just like, this is why this is one of the big things that first initially drew me into what Freely and Durian were saying, and 80-10-10, because they make a point about the organics, and it all, yes, there's organic companies now, or companies that have organic products that aren't necessarily ethical. That happens, I'm not saying it's perfect, but overall, just supporting your small businesses, your local businesses, your mom and pop stores, even network marketing these days. You're supporting women, you're supporting families. This is excellent. But we need to keep our own companies that we do like, and we need to keep, if you have a company you like, you share with them, and keep them on track, and same thing with our communities. Like, that's why local is so important. You can't have the federal government telling us what to do all the time. They don't know what's best for us in our community. We know what's best for us in our community. So that's the whole basic bottom line behind Montessori, behind libertarianism. This is my whole entire lifestyle, and it connects with the food as well. And because I believe in a capitalist system, we need to starve these companies. And when they start to see their stocks dropping, they do change. They will change. This is the only thing that ever changes anything. It's the same thing with labor and birth and the natural labor movement. The only way that there's any inroads is because the consumer is asking for it. The consumer says, I don't want you to tell me that I have to lay down with my legs in the air. I want you to let me birth how I want to birth, how my midwife and my doula says that it's okay. I want to eat ice chips and all that stuff, and then they have changes. And, you go in there with a birth plan and you say, I do not want a cesarean session unless it's actually blah, blah, blah. No forceps, no this, no that. I want to keep my baby on me right out. When you do that, you are changing history. And we have to be accountable with our choices and our money, and what's good for the earth, what's good for, the economy, what's good for our everything, us as a species, the animals, it's all the same thing. When you really get down to it, and it's not out there. It's not being promoted. When you have these foundations nowadays, the World Wildlife Federation, one of the biggest, supposed good ethical groups for ecology in this earth. No, they're not. They're, this, a lot of charities, they're just not very good. There are a lot of times corporations making a lot of money, not really doing that much good. You have to be careful. I am really, really rambling. I'm going to go back to Thursday. We were talking about, I had figs at baseball. I had some more rice after I got home, and I had my supplements, and that's about it. And I had about 2,400 calories or so. It was pretty good. I did pretty good nutritionally that day, even without the vitamin D I forgot to take. I was about 85. I was about 86, 7, 8. So 86% carbs, 6.6% protein, and 7.6% lipids and fats. So, and let's see, sodium was about 1,300 or so, 1,350. So that was Thursday. So overall, I did okay. I could have done a lot worse. I was still eating vegan. I really just overdosed on salt is the only thing I really did wrong that day. Okay? So that's pretty good. I mean, that's a huge improvement. Huge improvement. And the thing is I know how to, make it better next time. So that's good. The next day, I did not write everything down. I also made videos, and I didn't follow up on them. I got busy, and it's like I said, blah, blah, blah. Even more than this video. Yeah, if you can imagine that. I think this video has more of a point. But anyway, had bananas, 9 bananas in the morning, at least 20 ounces of water. No, make that 44 ounces of water, 2 cups of blackberries, a bunch of carob powder. Oh, yeah, I didn't mention that. I've been putting the carob in with the blackberries in with the bananas in the water, and that is where it becomes a beautiful dessert rather than a smoothie, and it makes me happy. So, and don't forget just a tablespoon of sugar, coconut sugar. So good. So I did really well for the first half of the day. Obviously, that's why I was tracking it and all of that. And yeah, so later, I guess I made the mistake of not really eating anything for a while, because that is like good through, I mean, this was what, 1,000 something calories? Yeah, 1,326 calories. That's barely good past lunch. So, yeah, so I guess I got hungry. I don't even really remember if I ate anything in between there, but I know that I went and had 3 donuts, and that's really bad. Yeah, 3 donuts. They were free, and I don't normally do that, but I was hungry. We were en route. So yeah, I was going to spend some time with a friend, and yeah, no. So that was really bad. And then I had like maybe 24 ounce of the one coconut water. And so that was that. Oh, no. Back up. Before the donuts, I had like 3 whole sandwiches for lunch and throughout the day. That's right. How could I forget that? It's like artisan bread, and they were big sandwiches, like, you know how they do the halves and the half here. So it's that, and it usually is like an Italian sandwich. I just took the Italian sandwich, no meat, no cheese. I tell them no oil. However, there's pesto and there's a vinaigrette that is absolutely out of this world amazing. The pizza company, Lee Summit, very, very, very good, local, and they say all natural ingredients, not even a microwave. So, yeah, 3 Italian sandwiches, and the rest of the stuff on it is just like arugula, baby spring mix, roasted red pepper, sun-dried tomato, and all of that. So I'm going to town on these sandwiches. They're amazing, and I actually did make the mistake of getting the breadsticks, and they do have cheese on them and probably butter and everything else, and I did sneak some. I really did. I was bad. I had like 4. I'm not going to lie. And I've been cheating with dairy lately, and probably also eggs and baked. That's one of the main things that I've been cheating with, is like baked stuff. But it's been a while. I haven't been cheating very often. I'm getting better. I thank anybody who is supporting me, because it's far and few between here in Missouri, Kansas City. It's like there is literally barbecue on every other corner, and like every Facebook day there's like, especially in the summer, it's like, oh, check out my brisket and my ribs and my chicken and everything like that. So, not that it even looks good anymore, because it doesn't, and I kind of a little bit at the store, and but it's also like, look around when you go to Walmart, when you go to Costco, look at the fat people, look what they're eating. Yeah, they're eating sweets and treats, but they're loading up with the meat. And it doesn't really, you look around, look at the skinny people, look what they're eating. Look at real life. Not just what people are telling you on Dr. Oz and blah, blah, blah. Anyway, I don't want to pick on Dr. Oz, but so, yeah. Then I had the donuts after that, and then, so that was just a really crazy day. But I made big efforts to do a lot of continual movement to kind of keep the food moving. I also drank a lot of water to kind of keep my blood, I don't want to get my blood too like fatty. And so just keeping and that's why I realized that's why everything's done in percentages. If you're looking for like, how many grams of fat should I eat? It's much easier to find information. Everybody's telling you what percentage you should eat. And that's why. Because really, in a sense, grams don't matter, if you're like not drinking enough water, if you're dehydrated, then, whatever you're eating is going to be, ineffective. So, drank a lot of water, did some movement, and drank the coconut water as well. So, and I also stayed up really late, so that's been another issue on this diet. I think I could be having much better results, and I don't want to do this, I don't want to be that person, but then again, I do want to be that person, because I don't want to be the cheater and the person who cuts all the corners. But I also like rice and raw. Sasha always says, from Rice and Raw YouTube channel, you know, she always says, like, it's a pathway, it's a road, like, it's a lifetime thing, you know, so don't beat yourself up over it. Don't get all stressed out about it, you know, and then quit, you know. And the way I see it right now, like, I could be making a mistake in a little sense, you know, or I could be cheating a lot. Like, you have choices, and I'm definitely not going to be as mad at myself over eating, you know, too much salt than I am if I was to, like, go crazy on some ice cream or something. Ooh, anyway. So, yeah, moving on. This morning, woke up, had about half of a jar, probably 20 ouncer of that peach nectar, and that was pretty good. It's pretty good. And I had, what else did I had? Had a little, like, twist thing at Costco. I was, like, basically asked to share a little bit. It was like one of those cinnamon twisty things. It was pretty good. Probably sure it had, like, eggs and stuff in it, but I feel like if you're being offered something like that, I mean, the thing is too, is what I've been noticing is, like, with the donuts, honestly, part of my rationalization is that, well, we got all these free donuts, like, if I give them to my dad, then he'll eat them all, and that's not healthy for him, so, like, I want to, like, bear some of the weight, you know, and with my kids too, like, if I eat, you know, at least they're not eating as much, so it's interesting, but it's true. Like, I thought that again today at Costco. He's like, here, share this with me, and this was a very, you know, intelligent person, didn't really want to be eating what he was eating anyway, so he's like, here, like, help me. I was like, all right, so that's part of it, like, peer pressure, but yeah. So then I also had a little bit of crust off the pizza. The boys were sitting there eating in front of me. I was eating my banana chips at Costco. I didn't want to buy anything from their food bar, so like I said, just had some of the crust. No cheese on there, but I'm sure there's some oils. And that's where I'm at today. I don't know if I'll actually count up or not today, but I will keep you guys updated. Thanks for listening to me ramble. Please leave me any comments that you have. I would love to hear what you guys have to say. And yeah, take care. I'll be back. Hey guys, it's Claryberry here. I started yesterday to go ahead and track on Chronometer, and oh, honestly, I just get too far behind with everything. I just eat sometimes on the weekends. I'm like, I'm not completely going off plan, but I'm going to go off plan a little bit, and that's what's happening. But I did make a really awesome, we had sushi Saturday, basically, is what we did. And we had the edamame out for, like, our first course, appetizer, I guess you would say. And then we had some lovely spring rolls. Sorry, it's early in the morning. And I didn't plan out what I was going to say at all. I should have wrote everything down. We had some spring rolls, and I just made them the same. A little bit of shaved up carrots, and with some baby lettuce, mixed lettuce, wrap it up with the spring rolls. And mine would just contain really the carrots and the lettuce. And then I would dip them in the diluted Thai peanut sauce that's from a jar. And actually, I added some water, but I also added some of the Thai spices that I had, just added those back in there too to make it a little bit more spicy, that the water had kind of, after the water had diluted everything. So, and also I found that I really liked the pickled sushi ginger that I had. I really enjoyed the combination. We were basically doing like a mixture of Chinese and Thai food because, you know, the Thai peanut sauce. And then also I made some noodles. I have packages of the Tasty Bite Thai pad Thai noodles, which I don't really like that much, but I did buy them. So basically for the seasoning of it, I'm just adding those, even though the noodles are not exactly the same, to the rice noodles that I have, that I bought, just plain box of rice noodles. I went ahead and cooked the rice noodles up and then mixed those together. And I was going for kind of more like a soup, which I'm really glad that I did because I really enjoyed it as a soup. And I also, by the time we were done eating our spring rolls, I took what was left of it was just one serving of the Thai peanut sauce that comes in a jar, and we hadn't finished it all because I had diluted it. So I took what was left into that and added it to the soup so we didn't have to waste anything, which is, I always love to work it out that way. So here we have this big soup. So I'm eating like all the soup, and I probably ate most of the broth because the kids were so full. They were getting so full from these spring rolls with these avocados. Like, my goodness. So they ate some later, and they really liked it, which is good. And it also kind of, the noodles kind of soaked up all the water, and so it became much less soupy towards, you know, the end of the night. And I had also made rice, which we didn't even need, and also we added some vegetables. I got, I think, Normandy vegetables, which were the only kind of mixed sort of stir-fry vegetables that I could see at Costco that are organic. They have a nice oriental bag, but it's not organic. So I got these, and it worked out really well. I kind of chopped up some of the broccoli and a couple of the yellow carrots and things like that and added those to the pad thai. And the rest of the vegetables I'm just going to have on the rice. And so that's good because we'll be able to either eat those separately just by taking them off the top of the rice, you know, for today, or we may mix them together, do another stir fry. But if we don't, you know, and we may do both. We may have a little bit of stir fry and then maybe later have sweet rice or something. Because when you're eating a lot of rice, it's good to mix it up. Like a sweet rice, and do some Indian, and then do some Chinese instead of just all the time like eating Chinese stuff. So this is what we did. This has been the weekend. Oh gosh, no, I can't skip. After eating this wonderful dinner, and there was, I just want to say, a lot of times, pretty much every Friday, and this was almost like, this weekend I felt like my Saturdays and my Fridays were mixed up because I usually go out and do things on Saturday, but I actually went out on Friday, so Saturday feels like my Friday. So what I do on Fridays is usually binge eat, and it's kind of part of my thing. And as I've gotten better with it, I don't really mind it because I'm eating healthier things. But and the edamame, just being able to peel those and have something to do while you're eating it, and it's pretty low fat, and you know, that's a really good kicker for me right now. But it wasn't quite enough last night, and I noticed I was also dehydrated. I'm also a little bit low on water. I wouldn't say dehydrated right now, but I didn't drink nearly enough water yesterday. And we'd also gotten a free gift of the chips, these little Tuscan cracker things that we get from Costco that we got them about a week ago, and I kind of binged on them then just to get rid of them. And so yeah, I was like, okay, we'll have them for the boys. And then it just got so late at night, and my willpower was so worn down. I probably should have already been upstairs and in bed. But yeah, I went ahead and went for the chips, and we kind of had some chips and hummus. So these they're like Tuscan crackers. I could show them to you, but they're not that good, so you don't want to get them. I showed them to you a while ago. But so yeah, we dipped those in there, ate quite a bit of those. Oh yeah, then we had a milk chocolate bar, which we had bought for somebody else, but decided they didn't need it. So it's really bad ending to a good day. But I still feel okay. Like it could have been a lot worse. And yeah, so today's a new day, and I will keep you guys updated on what's going on today, because I am doing better. Even though I'm not doing perfect, I am doing better, and it stops me from making more bad choices. It really does. There's numerous times where I'm like, oh, I should have that. Like, I would have been binging earlier in the night on those chips if I wasn't, and therefore probably would have ate more. So yay for accountability, yay for fruit. I'm going to stuff my face with fruit today. That was another thing. Yesterday, relatively had much less fruit than I normally have, so that had to do with it too. That's why I was craving white chocolate and anything really get in my mouth. So yeah, I'm rambling. This was a really long video, but this is the turning point. Stay tuned to see what happens. Thanks.